My name is Davina Quichocho. I am a clinical assistant faculty member in the Department of Human Development and Family Science, which is one of the departments in the College of Health and Human Sciences here at Purdue University. There have always been efforts, maybe especially perhaps amongst women, for people to really celebrate like various relationships. Like there's such a thing as Grandparents' Day, along with Mother's Day and Father's Day. So Galentine's Day, I think, is a natural extension of that, where there is Valentine's Day with a V, and there's a really heavy emphasis, mostly from like a Christian historical perspective, where like that holiday is designed for like romantic relationships, which is wonderful. But Galentine's Day is sort of the acknowledgement that that's certainly not the only relationship that should receive love and attention and nurturing. And it's also just fun. It's a fun excuse to spend time with people who mean a lot to you outside of a romantic relationship. So it can mean a lot of things, actually. The sort of format of calling it Galentine's Day seems to be really tied heavily to an episode of Parks and Recreation from 2010. And one of the characters, Leslie Knope, makes a really big deal about the fact that she has all of these wonderful women in her life, and she has like a big party and like a cute little setup and invites everyone over and writes them all these wonderful personalized notes about exactly why she loves them. And so apparently after that sort of like televised version of Galentine's Day, more people got enthusiastic because the character makes it look so good. She makes it look so fun and so fulfilling. And so it doesn't surprise me that more, I guess, social things came out of that. Platonic relationships are incredibly important because we as human beings are social, right? So we naturally reach out to one another. We have these sort of universal cues, the 5 basic emotions that help us to connect with one another naturally, even across international borders, across ages. You'll see these kinds of things even in infants. And so we're naturally social. The importance of platonic relationships in particular is that it allows you to really fulfill all of your human needs without putting all of that stress on just one relationship. There are a lot of people who describe their romantic partner as, you're my best friend, you're also like a confidant, you're a mentor, you're also, a co-adventurer in this thing we call life. And it's good that your romantic partner can fill all those roles, but if you constantly expect them to fill all those roles all the time, you're bound to be disappointed because every human has a bad day. And so when your person has a bad day, if you have no other sources of support, no other platonic relationships, it actually can be even more sort of like corrosive than just a bad day. So maybe someone will start to doubt like, oh, is it because this relationship wasn't quote unquote meant to be? Or is it because this person isn't the one? Or they'll ask really big questions when there's nothing wrong with your romantic partner having a bad day. Really what it means is that maybe your network needs to be a little wider because you're a more complex person. Even as much as romantic relationships can be so fulfilling, and there can be many like points of like agreement about music or restaurants or policies or whatever it is, it's so nice to have somebody who does connect with you on those levels, but every human is different. And so there's never going to be someone who perfectly matches every single thing that you see. And so you might have things that you disagree with your partner about, and it's nice to have a friend who maybe more closely aligns on that one topic. All this to say, platonic relationships important for humans and also important for romantic relationships themselves, because then there's less pressure in that one area of life. Everyone tells you like marriage is hard and dating is hard and that kind of thing, and so people anticipate that. Friendship can be the kind of thing where like sometimes it challenges you because somebody doesn't agree with you, or sometimes it pulls on your resources because you have to like send the text to schedule the coffee and then actually put on clothes and show up that day and have a conversation with a person. But every human relationship is deserving of the nurturance that will absolutely like build community and build up individuals and that kind of thing. And so sometimes people get uncomfortable when like things are hard, but sometimes leaning into this is hard, but it's worth it, this aligns with my values, this is a priority for me, can have really meaningful outcomes even if it was uncomfortable kind of getting there in the process.